In the beginning, there was only HTML, the foundation of the web world, much like the birth of civilization. HTML, or hypertext markup language, is the language that brings structure to the vast wilderness of the web. It's the cornerstone, the bedrock, the first flame, if you will, that lights the path for every web developer. It's the language that weaves together the threads of information, giving birth to the tapestry of the web. HTML is like the first spark of consciousness that sparks civilization. It's the primitive scribbles on the cave walls, the hieroglyphs on ancient papyrus, the first words uttered by humanity. It's the beginning of communication, of expression, of connection. Then comes the document object model, or the DOM. Imagine the DOM as a mystical map, a divine blueprint of the web universe. This mystical map is not merely a static representation, but a living, breathing entity. It brings order in the chaos, relationships among the disjointed elements, creating a harmonious cosmos out of disparate HTML elements. The DOM is the lens through which we, the web developers, view and interact with the web world. It allows us to traverse the vast landscape, to manipulate the elements, to bring our vision to life. It's the compass that guides us, the cipher that we use to decipher the secrets of the web universe. Just like the mystic who seeks to understand the intricate tapestry of the universe, web developers seek to understand the DOM. They delve into its depths, exploring its nooks and crannies, unraveling its secrets. They use this knowledge to shape the web, to mold it to their will, to create experiences that reach out and touch the lives of millions across the globe. So you see, HTML and DOM are not just tools, they are the very fabric of the web world. They are the language of creation, the map of exploration, the keys to the kingdom of the web. Just as the mystic deciphers the universe's secrets, a web developer uses HTML and DOM to create and navigate the web world. The warrior steps onto the battlefield, ready to manipulate the environment to achieve victory. In web development, this battlefield is the browser object model, or BOM. The BOM is the warrior's terrain, an environment that can be shaped and molded to meet the warrior's objectives. Just as a warrior must understand the terrain to plan their strategy, a developer must understand the BOM to effectively manipulate the browser. The BOM provides the tools to interact with the browser itself, separate from the content of the web page. It's like the warrior's arsenal, filled with weapons and tools to gain control over the battlefield. The BOM provides methods and properties for the developer to use, like a warrior's array of weapons. These tools allow the developer to manipulate the browser window, move the browser history, and interact with web documents loaded in the browser. It's a powerful toolkit, and in the hands of a skilled warrior, it can shape the browser to their will. As the warrior navigates the battlefield, they must remain aware of their surroundings. The BOM allows the developer to obtain information about the browser and its environment. This knowledge is power, allowing the developer to adapt their strategies to the current situation, much like a warrior adjusting their tactics based on the terrain and the enemy's movements. But the BOM is not just about control and manipulation, it's also about communication. The BOM allows the developer to create and handle events, sending messages to the browser and responding to its signals. It's like the warrior's network of spies and messengers, keeping them informed and ready to react. The BOM is a battlefield, but it's not a place of chaos and destruction. It's a field of strategy and tactics, where the warrior uses their skills and knowledge to shape the environment and achieve their goals. It's a dynamic and interactive space, where the developer, like the warrior, must be adaptable, strategic, and ready to take action. The warrior, armed with the knowledge of BOM, is ready to conquer any web development challenge. A leader envisions a world of harmony and beauty. In web development, this vision comes to life through CSS. Imagine being the conductor of a grand symphony, where each instrument plays its part to create a harmonious melody. This is the essence of CSS, cascading style sheets. It's the language that gives life and style to the structure of a website, making it visually appealing and user-friendly. Just as a leader guides their team towards a common goal, CSS guides the visual presentation of a web page. It's the maestro that conducts the layout, colors, fonts, and animations, creating an immersive user experience. Think about visiting a web page. What do you notice first? Is it the vibrant colors, the elegant fonts, or the smooth transitions? All these elements are orchestrated by CSS. It's the silent leader working behind the scenes, shaping your journey through the website. CSS is like a visionary, foreseeing the needs of different devices and screen sizes. With its responsive design capabilities, it ensures that a web page looks good on a laptop, a tablet, or a smartphone. This foresight is what makes CSS a critical tool in the leader's arsenal. But CSS doesn't work alone. It collaborates with HTML, the structural backbone of a web page. CSS uses selectors to find HTML elements and apply styles to them. These selectors can be based on element names, IDs, or classes. For instance, using the Flexbox model, CSS can arrange HTML elements in a flexible layout that adapts to the screen size. In essence, CSS is the language of aesthetics, the visionary leader that guides every pixel on the screen. It's the bridge between the raw structure of a web page and the polished, user-friendly interface that we interact with. So as we delve into the world of web development, let us embrace the role of a leader. Let's use CSS to shape a harmonious, beautiful, and responsive web world. With CSS, the leader transforms the web world into a place of harmony, beauty, and user-friendly experiences. The clown enters juggling HTML, DOM, BOM, and CSS, ready to make learning fun and engaging. Think of HTML as the clown's props, the base of the performance. The clown lays out his objects, a hat, a flower, a whistle, each represented as an HTML element. With these elements, we structure our page, setting the stage for the show. Then comes the DOM, the clown's invisible hand, connecting these props, allowing them to interact. Just as the clown manipulates his hat to hide a flower or uses a whistle to signal a surprise, the DOM enables us to manage our HTML elements, creating a captivating performance. The browser object model? Well, that's the circus tent, the environment where the performance takes place. It allows the clown to interact with the audience, just as the BOM enables us to control the browser window, making our web pages dynamic and responsive. Now, the CSS, that's the clown's vibrant costume, the makeup, the oversized shoes. It's what makes the performance visually appealing. CSS gives style to our HTML elements, setting the mood, creating the spectacle. It's the difference between a monochrome mime and a full-color, all-singing, all-dancing clown extravaganza. But it's not just about these individual parts. It's about how they work together. The clown doesn't just juggle the hat, the flower, and the whistle separately. He tosses them into the air, catching and releasing in a rhythm, creating a spectacle. Similarly, we don't just use HTML, DOM, BOM, and CSS independently. They interact, they respond to each other, they create a symphony of codes that brings our web pages to life. So, don't be afraid to play. Experiment with different HTML elements. Tweak your CSS styles. Manipulate your DOM objects. Change your BOM properties. See what works, what doesn't, what surprises you. And so, the clown reminds us that web development is not just about codes and scripts. It's about creativity, fun, and endless possibilities. From the mystic's insights to the warrior's strategies, the leader's vision, and the clown's playfulness, we've journeyed through the fascinating world of web development. The mystic introduced us to HTML and DOM, unraveling the mystical map that creates order and relationships among the HTML elements. The warrior then led us onto the battlefield of the browser object model, where we learned to manipulate the browser to our advantage. Next, our path was illuminated by the leader's vision of CSS, a tool that creates harmony and beauty in the web world, guiding visual presentation and user experience. And finally, the clown encouraged us to interact playfully with these technologies, to experiment and create with a light heart. Each perspective offers a unique lens through which we can understand and master web development. As we part, remember the wisdom of the archetypes. Harness the power of HTML, DOM, BOM, and CSS, and embark on your own web development adventure.